I think sometimes I tend to be a little bit humble and quiet.
Meet Ellie Kennedy, the world's oldest elite-level para-cyclist who lives and trains in Phoenix.
I'm 68 years old.
It's a huge inspiration. I mean, she's done so much in her life. She doesn't like to boast about it.
Consider her the superhero next door, an everyday woman with an alter ego as a fearless international athlete.
The first time I met Ellie, she comes walking into our office, and you know, you could tell that she had some mobility issues. To see her going from walking in using a cane to now placing third in the world in a paracycling competition, it blows our minds.
Everything that I had learned from the treatment that I'd been through and all of that, and learned about myself is that if I'm active and moving, that is, you know, my superpower as far as being healthy, you know, mentally and physically, spiritually, in every way.
Kennedy's getting ready to compete in the UCI Paracycling Road World Championships in Belgium this summer. The competition is held annually around the globe. In paracycling, disabilities include vision impairments, physical impairments, and neurological problems. This is Kennedy's first World Championships after qualifying in Italy in May.
Because that trip was really hard, despite being successful. I mean, I had to rent a van and drive all over Europe on my own, and got a flat tire, and had some issues at the airport with my bike. And you know, there's always major challenges when you do these things, especially on your own. So I was exhausted by the time I got home, and it was so nice to walk to my door, and there was the welcome home at whatever, it was like 2 in the morning or something.
Kennedy has ataxia, a degenerative neurological disorder that causes coordination, balance, and speech problems. She played basketball growing up and later competed in triathlons for fun. She served in the Gulf War, where she was exposed to toxic gas that her doctors linked to her neurological disorder. And a few years ago, she was hit by a car while cycling.
Because I have a part of my brain that was injured, I just simply cannot ride a regular bike.
But if there's one thing she wants people to get out of her story, it's that it doesn't matter how fast you go, just as long as you keep pedaling.
You know, the biggest thing with all of this for me is feeling like it's not just a selfish endeavor. Hopefully by the things that I do shows other people, whether young or old, that it doesn't matter your age or your ability or disability, that everybody can do something.
The way the human spirit and the human body can overcome certain obstacles, I mean, is just amazing. And, you know, she puts in the work.
Kennedy trains in the weight room at her active adult community, Overture Arcadia, every day and rides on nearby trails and canals. So what does this all mean to her? What's her motivation? What's her why?
There's just nothing like being out on a bike and being able to ride and that freedom when you've spent a lot of time in rehab and in wheelchairs.
For Kennedy, finding balance isn't just about being on the bike. It's about making time to show her appreciation for those who have been along for the ride.
In this kind of level of competition, you have to find those spaces where you make time for your family and you make time for joy, and you spend time with the important people that you care about. So that's all I can say is it just, you know, you have to find what your joy is and then what makes you happy. And if it's not making you happy, then try something different. It's never too late.